Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night. Great August. Pretty hard to believe. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you're right. You may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 90, NASDAQ off 46, S&P's down 12, gold contract up $12.10, trading at $1,371 an ounce. Silver up 16 cents, $20.66 an ounce. Platinum up $7, $20.66 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 40 cents at $39.65 a barrel. Bottom line, folks, oil wants lower price, which is going to continue to basically put a beating on the S&P. 10-year note down 10 ticks, 132.15. Now, what you have with the 10-year note as well as the 30-year bond, that was down a point and a half, 172.03. They actually rejected lower price, had lighter volume. In both cases, the 10-year was almost down a full point. The 30-year was almost down 3 points. King dollar down 657 ticks at 95.02. The euro is trading at $1.12, and the yen is at 100.91. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? What we had out here yesterday, folks, is that you had, if I go, we'll look at the cash first so you can see this correlation. Yesterday you had a failure on price, failure on volume, subtle, but bottom line was a failure. We had been going sideways in this market since the 14th of July. And what a failure specifically means is that we had got over a swing point, got over it on lighter volume, closed underneath it, and that's how the cash was, S&P was riding out yesterday. We went to 2178. We closed at 2170. Bottom line, we go to the SPY. Now what do you have? You have follow through coming downtown, and this is what it is. We did 89 million shares. You're 215.54. This is 215. Yeah, they closed it. There's the big volume. So 215.62 is the first number. You know, so you got below that number one. So now what I suspect you're going to see is that we'll get a little more steam coming up, and this is going to go after the $210 level. $210.84. That level is the highs of June 24th. Inside the NDX 100, what do you have? NDX 100 comes down with 20 million shares today. Then that is with Biogen shooting up $30 intraday. Still couldn't save the NDX 100. You know, we'll see what type of fall through we get coming into the $113 level, because that's where it looks like it wants to go, to $113.65. Gold contract, what do we have with gold? Gold contract is staying at highs. Bottom line, no volume. We don't have the volume up here, but, you know, you're at a higher price. You're up $11.90. You're at $13.71, and that says, hey, $13.84 is game. You know, we'll see whether it's going to do it. My take is that, well, hey, listen, it closed at higher highs. It can do it. The juice is not behind the move. If you take a look at the GLD, and this is where the deviance comes in the whole metal market right now. The GLD only had 7.5 million shares today, and you're going against 17 million. That is not how you want to make highs, folks. We're right next to the high, but to me it looks like it's just going to be a test of that high. Bonds. What do we have with the bond market? Bond markets continue to reject lower price. And the rejection out here was pretty intense today, because what we had at the open out here this morning, they were smoking bonds, folks. We had the 10-year down to 132.06, ends up closing at 132.16. We did 1.3 million contracts. That was going against 1.5 million. So bottom line, bonds are going to make another run topside. That correlation inside the marketplace is that, guess what? Bonds go topside. That is saying more than likely we're going to see more selling inside the S&P. And the amount of retracement in bonds is just minimal. It's like a joke, actually. It's a mind blower. 30-year bond, we did 278,000 contracts today. That was going against 313,000. Same type of setup. Bottom line is that this thing, 30 years, also want to get to higher price. If we go overseas and we take a look at the markets overseas, we did really well compared to overseas. Our Dow was down 0.4%, NASDAQ was down 0.9, S&Ps were down 0.6, the FTSE was down 0.7, the DAX was off 1.8. Bottom line, and that was a follow-through from lower prices on Monday. King Dollar. What do we have with King Dollar? This is the tough one, folks. King Dollar trading down 647 ticks. You're at 95.03. You are down there with dramatically lighter volume. But bottom line is that you broke the swing point from 2 days ago, which is 95.33. So that sets up that King Dollar wants to go back to where June 24th it took off from. Now, it's pulling back with lighter volume, and that may be the consolidation that we're in for a while. You know, it couldn't hold price today, so we'll see how that shakes out down there. The divergence out here this morning was pretty intense, meaning that you had the bonds dramatically lower and King Dollar was dramatically lower. And, of course, when bonds are lower, that means yields are higher, which should put strength into King Dollar, but you do get those divergences, you know, many times inside the marketplace. Let's go over and we take a look at the silver contract. What we had with silver is this. Silver contract trading at $20.66. You've done 62,000 contracts. And that looks like the last swing out here, 2083 we did. Hey, that 21-22 is game. That's how this is shaking out. It's going to, you know, we did 173,000 contracts, which that was on January 5th. But it looks to me that, yeah, that wants to go up and try to get into that level. The gold and silver equities, though, bottom line is that there's quite a few, not quite failures out there today, but what you did do is that some of them were going into higher price, couldn't handle it, backed off. Others were going into the aspect of testing their highs, and they also backed off. We go take a look at the euro. What we have with the euro is this. Euro right now is trading at a price point of 112. And, you know, we'll see whether that can make it up to where the Brexit vote started, the Brexit vote being up at the 114.28. What we did have out here today, as you went to lower price, on the NYSE, you had 942 million shares versus 854. So you got the expansion of volume. Inside the NASDAQ, also got it, 2.1 versus 1.8. And what does that set up? That sets up lower prices are coming at us, folks, right here, right now. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be right back.